What's going on, everybody? This is Captain Obvious. You guys are the 11 crew, and welcome to another Minecraft tutorial. All right, guys, what I have for you today is what I think a pretty cool looking villager crop and auto breeding farm. So everything's automatic, right? So you just set it up and you just walk away, and they'll pick the crops for you. I had this going for a while. Oh wow, there you go. So we got some carrots, and as you can see, I started out with just the two villagers. And now I have a ton. Now, you also do not at all have to do anything inside this room once you set it up. I have it set up, just in case you wanted to come in here, like a little art gallery type of deal. Have some extra storage. We got a cool looking design for the roof. But if the noise of the doors bothers you too much, you can always put the doors inside, and go from there, and then just block this off. So just keep that in mind. I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me. But if it bothers you, you can always change it up. Now, I'm going to build it right next to it, even though it's probably going to screw up the villagers, but trust me, it works, okay? You can see it working here. It works really well. And there's some stuff underneath. So if we basically, there you go. He just threw it. It's on the floor, and it should get picked up. Let's say it should get picked up by, there we go. It should get picked up by the carts underneath, which, there we go, 51. And I think it's just the one that they picked up. Yeah, anyway. Okay, so we're going to come here. All right, so here's what you're going to need. You're going to, now I made it like a zombie villager. You can make it a regular villager if you want. So I would say either switch this to this dark green right here, the dark green or regular green concrete. Either switch that to sand or switch it to white terracotta. It's entirely up to you. So yeah, I'm gonna continue doing it as the zombie villager. I just think it looks cooler that way. Okay, so we're gonna have brown concrete, green concrete, lime terracotta, some red concrete, white concrete. Doors of your choice. I'm gonna be using oak, some lily pads, some green carpet, some water buckets. This is for me, the zombie villager, but the villager egg. But you would need just two villagers. Make sure one of them is a brown coat. Not brown with the white, just the regular brown. I always like to get at least one farmer in there. I know that it's just any brown, but I like at least one farmer. I don't know, it's just a pet peeve. Some powered rails, a couple blocks of redstone, or you can always switch that out with some redstone torches. It's entirely up to you. So if you want to do it that way, go ahead, do it that way. Just for the purpose of the tutorial, I'm going to be doing a block of redstone. Also, you need some regular rails, some hoppers, 3 minecart with hoppers, some droppers, one double chest, one comparator. You're going to need a hoe, some fence gates, some trap doors. Again, that's for the inside. Some wood planks, some oak wood slabs, glowstone, some fences, paintings, bookshelves, redstone torches, redstone, repeater, and dirt you're going to have plenty of. I imagine if you're building this, outside. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put down 2 brown like that. We're going to skip 2 spaces, do 2 rows and 2 high brown, skip 2 spaces and another 2. Okay, and that's going to be the way it is all the way around. So if we just go like that, so make sure there's always a gap of 2 in between, and then the middle ones are too wide and too high. Okay, just like that. Cool. Now we're going to take the dark green. Actually, no, I'm sorry. We're going to take the lime terracotta, and we're going to start in the middle where the doubles are, on that top one. Okay, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you're going to do 5 high. So 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to go all the way around. Now, again, if you wanted to do the regular villager, I would say light, hold on, this color right here for the nose. Terracotta. I would say either light gray or, yeah, I'd say the light gray for the nose would work really well if you're going to do a regular villager. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take the dark green and you're going to go all the way up with it 10 high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and you're going to do that on every single corner, and then you can come across the top with it. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to make this little shape here. So you're going to come across on the bottom. Okay, you're going to put the lime terracotta right there. And then you're going to go around it again. So it's kind of like a C, and then this one's a backward C. All right, so that gives the impression that he's like, it's like a smiling, or his mouth is at least right there. Whoops. Okay, so you're going to do that everywhere. So again, the 2 on the bottom, and then the one closest to the nose, which is going to be the lime terracotta. And then you just do another layer up. All right, cool. Now let's go ahead and put the eyes here. Okay, so you can do whatever you want. Emerald eyes look really nice. I think the regular villagers, I think, have like really, really green eyes anyway. Whoops. So I'm going to put the red closest to the nose, and then we're going to go ahead and put the white on the outside part. Okay, and then after this, it's very simple. All we're going to do after this is just fill the rest of this in with your green. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's not right. Next one is going to be that brown concrete. Okay, and that's going to be for like his bushy little eyebrow. And that's going to go all the way around, minus the corners, obviously. Now we can go ahead and just fill this all in, just the whole way. Okay, so now that we have that done, what I like to do, you do not have to do this if you don't have a lot. I just like to put down glowstone, and that's because of the design on the inside that I have for the top. So you don't have to do it if you're not going to really worry about the inside too much. You don't have to do it. You don't at all. You could just fill it up with whatever you want, and then just cover it like what I'm going to do right now with the green carpet. So just keep that in mind. You do not have to do it. Oops. Okay, but I'm going to, because you don't really see it from the bottom. So it gives you an extra light, extra bit of light source, but you also don't really see it from the bottom with this carpet. And also, if you happen to be looking down on your base, you'll just see it, covered up. So if you look up, you can't really tell. You can kind of tell there's like little ridges there, but other than that, not really. Okay, cool. So now what we're going to do, okay, we're going to take this white concrete that we have here, and we're just going to go around like so. Okay, and then we're going to take our water buckets. You should have a couple of them. If not, just right in the middle here, you can go ahead and make an infinite water source. And then what I'm just going to do is just go all the way around like this. You can have it flowing. It's just a pet peeve. I just don't like flowing water. But also we're going to be putting down lily pads. Okay, so you just throw some lily pads right on top of it, like so. Cool. And then I think in the center here, put some glowstone, cover with the green. Okay, and then just fill these up right here with your white concrete, like so. Whoops. Perfect. All right, then we can just come here, add the doors. Okay, just like this. Just add our doors very nicely. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, perfect. All right, so now when we're in here, again, you don't have to do anything in here. You can cover this whole thing up. If you wanted to, you could run the doors all along this white, all the way around. That's fine. I want it so that, they can actually access it like it's their house. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take some bookshelves, and we're just going to fill it up. Oh, excuse me. We're going to fill it up right in here, right in this little cavity that we have. All right, perfect. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take, actually we don't need any of those anymore, I don't believe. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take, we don't need our doors, we don't need that, we don't need that. Yeah, we're doing well. Perfect. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our painting, and on this second one up on the left-hand side, we're just going to go ahead and put that down. And then just do it to, oh, wow, that's pretty funny. Do it to get whatever kind of painting you want, right? So just break it. Nope. Yeah, actually, those two across from each other, that's fine. Whoops. And then those two across from each other. All right, so I think there's 4 paintings that are this size. You could stand here and just keep trying to get them. I don't care. I'm just going to do it that way. Okay, perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our, which I said I didn't need anymore. I forgot. We're going to take our glowstone. We're going to put it right on this white part. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're going to put it on the brown part right there, right above the white. Okay, we're going to take our oak fences. It's going to bring them down and then put that here. I don't really know what this is supposed to represent. I just like the way it looked. So that's why I have it. In case you're wondering what it's supposed to be, I don't know. I just like the way it looks. It's just something else to look at. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to come up 2 with these fences, right? And now we're going to create a little pattern. So what we're going to do first is just start with the half slab like that, and then just go like that back and forth. Okay, and we're going to do that around the perimeter here. Okay, very quick. Boom. Perfect. And then what we're going to do is right next to the top ones, we're just going to go ahead and put full blocks anywhere you see one of those top ones. Okay, and then we're just going to connect them over here like this. Just like that. That. And then in the center, put another one. Now you should have a couple areas. Yep. You should have a couple areas where you can go like that, or you can go like that, and this one's going to be a little bit trickier. So what we're going to do, oh no, it's not. Boom, right there. Okay, so you have a little bit of a checkered pattern on the top, and then what we're going to do, final touch, is just come across with this, like so. Again, just something to look at. Okay, just something to add detail. A little bit crazy, I know. It's supposed to be like rafters. All right, so now we're out of here. We're done in there. That is done. Put it to bed. Boom. So then what we're going to do is we're going to come out on the 4th one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and we're going to go all the way across with this. And we're going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do that all the way around, and we're going to connect the sides. Okay, and then actually, I might as well do this as well. So after we do that, right behind it, we're going to dig down 1, 2, 3. Okay, so make sure you dig down 3 as well. All right, so now that that's done, what you're going to do, all along here, you're going to go out, you're just going to go like this, right? And eventually you should see the white. There we go. Okay, so we're going to do this all the way around. You're just going to keep digging this much out because what we want to do is essentially just give ourselves an area to put down, the railroad tracks, right? Or the mine carts tracks, whatever. Okay, so you're just going to go all the way around, and I'm just going to come back when I have it done. Okay, so now that we have that done, what I'm just going to go ahead and do is we're going to find this middle area. Okay, so this is the middle right here, and we're going to go to the one to the left of that, which is right here, and we're going to come out 1, 2, 3. But first, what we're going to do is just go all the way here, and basically we want to make sure that we only have 3 out. Oh, actually, you don't need this end one either. Sorry. So get rid of this whole little end that's underneath this one here. Now you're going to put back all of this stuff unless you want to just throw down some torches. Okay, so just keep that in mind. You're going to have a ton of dirt at this point, or whatever the ground block is that you're working with. And you can put it back or not. It's up to you. Okay, but what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we put back a little ring here, just so we know exactly what we're working with. I like to have the wood there, or I mean, I guess you could go back and put cobblestone or something. There we go. So now we know we have 3 that we're working with. Okay, but again, we have this area that we found, which if you're looking down, here's the 2 middle underneath the nose. You go to the one right to the left, that first door, and that's where we're going to put 3 blocks of redstone. But like I said, if you wanted to, you could just break this block and put a torch down. I obviously just cannot do that. Okay, so we're going to do that. And now all we're going to do is we're just going to run our lines like that, right? Get to the end, put that, and then we're going to come out 1, 2 on that 3rd one. Again is where you want to put your redstone. Okay, so just like that. Keep going. Get to the end. Same thing, right? And then 1, 2 on that 3rd one. Again, just watching the line. Perfect. Okay, and now this is where the front's going to be. I forgot to mention that. So if you know where your front is going to be, this is where I want my front to be. So what we're going to do, just going to put down a temporary block for a second right there. So just to show you it's in line with this right side. So remember how we did the left side and we went one to the left? Well, this time we're going to line it with the right side. Okay, we're going to take our hopper, and we're just going to go 1, 2, oops, 2, 3, and actually we have to come out one more with it. 4. Perfect. Okay, so then we can go ahead and put our let's put this here. We can go ahead and put our redstone blocks back there. I'm just going to pick that for a second. Okay, and now we can just keep doing what we're doing. Just like that. Match it up. Perfect. And actually, you can get in here really quick and put down and just push this minecart. And it's off. Perfect. Okay, so that's done. And now we're just going to do the same thing. So let me just show you so I can just go ahead and do that off recording. Okay, we're going to find that corner, go diagonal, and put that there. And you should notice that the redstone is actually activated just because of the placing. Whoops. And on the corners, you got to put the regular rails. Just because of the placing of where we have the redstone, right? Where we have this. And if you notice over here, hold on, let's go this way with it. If you notice over here as well, it should be the same thing. Even though it's longer, it's still going to be activated the whole way. See? So we'll just continue doing that all the way around. Okay, so we have all 3 minecarts going. Okay, now like I said, you may want to just fill this back in. Just because there is, a little gap of 2 here, which means something could spawn. Or you could just fill this whole bottom up right now with torches. That's entirely up to you. I'm going to fill it in. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take right where this hopper is. Okay, we're going to put a dropper facing up, another dropper facing up, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this next to it, right there. Okay, we're going to take that double chest, stick it right there so it's nice and even in the middle. Okay, now we can go back down and do some more redstone-y stuff. Let's just clear it out of the way. You just want to make a little bit of room. I think that's too much. And then put some dirt there. Okay, so now what we're going to do, very simple, is we're going to take our comparator, we're going to take our torch, our redstone, and our repeater. This is an oldie but goldie. I love this one. Whenever there's, especially whenever there's only 2, you just put a comparator into a repeater. Okay, you got dust coming that way, dust coming that way. The one on this side, okay, not the one over here, the one on this side, you just put the dust. The one on this side is where you put your repeater. Okay, with a block, and then a torch on top, like so. Let me get out of here. Hold on. I keep telling you there's that glitch. Okay, perfect. And then actually, if you want, you could just fill that in, that in, that in. There we go. So that way there's not a gap of 2 anywhere. Okay, and now you can just go all the way around. I guess fill this in as well. You can just fill 1 in. You don't need to fill in 2. You just fill in 1. You could leave a gap of 1. Nothing's really going to spawn in there. Okay, so you just go like this. Okay, and now you just fill this in. So you fill this in with whatever you want. Oh, actually, I guess I might as well do that. Here, let me just fill this in like this. Okay, so you just fill this in just like that. And now let's go ahead and complete the farm. Okay, so we're just going to go like that. And then what you want to do is you want to mix between your fence gates and your. This is if you're going inside. If you're not going inside, if you don't have the area open, you can go ahead and just close it up with regular fence. Okay, I have it to where. Oh, other thing. Hold on. One more thing we forgot to do in here. Sorry. That's what these trapdoors are for. We're just going to put some trapdoors. Oops. Like that on the lamps, just so they're covered. Because again, glowstone is extremely ugly. I said ugly. Glowstone is extremely ugly. Okay, and that's it. Okay, now it's done. Cool. So what we're going to do is, again, where these centers are, where the nose is, we're going to put down our 2 fence gates, right? Just like that. Same thing behind this. And then the rest of this can be filled in with just your regular fence post. Now at this point, you want to make sure you have your villagers already lined up, at least 2 of them. Now this will be a breeder, so that's the whole point of it, is a breeder. And then the crop farm is just kind of a secondary thing. I'm not sure if you're going to get iron golems. I haven't gotten any because there's only... But, I mean, you technically could because there's enough... I just haven't let it run that long. But you technically could get some iron golems in there, so just keep that in mind. And now all you got to do is till your land, so get out your hoe and your crop. I always recommend, as do most people who build these, carrots. Okay, because otherwise, when you're building anything that has seeds, so like wheat and beets and stuff like that, you're going to get the seeds, and they're going to fill up the inventory. I also don't recommend potatoes at all, and that's just because if they happen to get a poisonous potato, that'll fill up their slot, so that wastes one entire slot. Okay, so we're just going to do this. Let me just fill this in really quick. Okay, so now that that's all done, really quick, keep in mind, I don't know if you could tell under here, it's actually a huge pet peeve of mine, is that the white blocks underneath these browns, I left them as dirt, I forgot to change them. So if you want to do that, if it's going to bother you as much as it bothers me, you just go in there and just fix it really quick. See? I'm not going to do it all the way around, but I just want to show you what I was talking about. Okay? So there you go. Now go ahead and get yourself a villager, or you could have put the villagers in first, doesn't really matter. Okay, and we just need a brown coat. See, not that's the one I was talking about. I said white, but I meant not that guy. Here we go. We got a villager, and perfect. So that's the two of them. So they will eventually start breeding. Obviously, I have them close to that one, so it's probably not going to register as a village. Ideally, you want to keep them separated from each other. I don't even know what it is in Bedrock. I would say 75, 80 blocks away. And what I mean by that is from this door to that door. I don't mean like you go 80 or 70 and then, you start building back this way. I mean, once you count it, you start going to the opposite direction. That's where you start building. Okay, but there you go. That's it. That is your villager head, auto breeding, and automatic crop farm. Should be just something fun to have in the world. Another option for your villager breeders. I see so many people have them where they're just encased in glass and they look pretty ugly. So this is just something fun to have. That's a little more exposed, and where the villagers are still relatively safe themselves. All right, that's gonna do it for me. Until next time, Captain Obvious out. Peace.